All right, let's talk about Fani's Willis. This is the second part to a previous video we did about Fani Willis. If you don't know who Fani Willis is being dragged on the internet. She's an American district attorney here in the United States of, is it Atlanta? No, Georgia, the Georgia state, okay? Georgia. Well, she was responsible for some prosecution of Trump and a few other people. And there's been some hearing going on over the past few days. This is Fani Willis right here, just in case you didn't know. Yep, that's her right there. All right, so she's an American attorney. She's the district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia. There you go. Which contains most of Atlanta, serving since 2021. She is the first woman to hold the office. Willis investigated the 2020 presidential election in Georgia, which resulted in indictment against Donald Trump and 18 alleged co-conspirators on charges of racketeering and other crimes. Well, unfortunately, her personal life has interfered with that case, and a lot of people are having a hard time understanding why that is the case now. Some people, again, as usual, are using their emotions to interpret this issue. This issue has nothing to do with your emotions. I need you to bring a little bit more something to the table here. Yeah, what do you bring to the table outside of your emotion in this matter? I'm reading a report from the Hill.com. This affair shatters no fair trial in Georgia. Regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, this is, especially in America, especially from an optics standpoint. America is not perfect, obviously. We have to make sure, people are literally innocent. Try to practice that. I know it's social media era and people are guilty on social media, but in real life, in reality, okay, people are innocent and guilty. That's what kind of indictment, so if you're handling the case, you want to make sure that you have your ducks aligned properly. That's how they say that, right? Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't have anything going on that would tamper. So here's the point. This young lady, she hired a boyfriend to handle this case, and there was some exchange of some money in cash. Jesus Christ, in cash. And there's also some fees that have been paid out for $650,000 worth of money. When you mix that all up in that situation, it's a bad look. It's essentially a bad look. All right, so the case is not looking too good right now. She might get dropped from the case. Why? Because everybody deserves what they call fair hearing. So I'm reading this. Former Senator Kelly Loeffler, Republican Georgia, called on the judge overseeing former President Trump's Georgia criminal case to remove Fulton County District Attorney. So they're asking for her to be removed. Some people are saying the case is not sabotage, it's just that they're asking for her to be removed. I beg to differ. Okay. The smallest thing would tamper with that case, and that case will basically, everything you can think of, no matter how little, will put a little dent on the credibility of the case. That's the way it works. Okay. In a Monday in the Monday op-ed in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Loeffler claimed Willis' relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, who was the boyfriend. She said they're just companions. I don't know what that means, but well. And apparently there's on the last episode that we talked about this in this series. I was wondering, they said somebody was married. It was basically Nathan Wade that was married, but he claimed he had been going through a separation or something like that. So this is their personal morals, but it does tamper with the credibility of the case, the indictment, whatever they have against Donald Trump. in Georgia. So it says, claim that Willis' relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade makes it impossible for her to have prosecuted the case against Trump fairly. There you go. Willis' conflict of interest shatters any notion that the case against Trump has been prosecuted fairly. Her scheme is disqualifying. Pointing to George, you see, remember, they're looking for doubt, like anything that smells like doubt. It has to be beyond reasonable doubt, right? So when you're talking about court cases and all this kind of stuff, that doesn't mean that Trump is going to get away with anything. I'm just saying this particular case, I don't see moving forward the way it should have in the first place if she had moved a little bit more wisely. But anyway, what do I mean by wisely? She can have companionship with whoever she wants, but she can't bring them in on the case in a way that tampers with the credibility of the case. Pointing to Georgia Judge Scott McAfee's suggestion last week, the relationship could result in disqualification from the case. Loeffler said this would be a step in the right direction, but anything less than a complete dismissal of the case is a bandage on the open wound of a justice system that is hemorrhaging its core principle of due process, she said. Too many prosecutors today are like Willis, and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg avid partisans trading impartial justice for political calculation. Bragg charged Trump in a separate hush money case centered on reimbursements Trump made in 2016. All right. So let me just tell you this, right? If you think Donald Trump is not going to capitalize on all of these things to try to get himself dismissed, get these cases dismissed, you're lying to yourself, okay? And you should, because that's how it works. That's what makes it fair for everybody, right? Let's see. Bragg charged Trump in a separate hush money case centered on reimbursement Trump made in 2016 to his then fixer Michael Cohen, who paid adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about an affair she alleged to have had with the former president, who testified for nearly 2 hours last week, during which she defended her reputation and relationship to attorneys who argued Willis and Wade's recent relationship makes the indictment against Trump and several of his allies fatally defective. Yep, that's the way it works. Yeah, on paper, you're right. It's just a dismissal of Fani. What's her name? Fani Willis. But that's not going to be the reality. Okay, the reality is that the credibility of this case has been tampered with, and there's a good chance that the whole thing will be dismissed. Okay. The constitutions may not see that far. That's why they're constitutions. That's why they have court cases. That's why they go to hearings, because there's only so far the constitutions can see. Okay. The Fulton County District Attorney is accused of hiring a romantic partner who has since financially benefited from his employment. She pushed back on the claim, which was first brought to light by defendant Michael Roman, a 2020 Trump campaign operative, and called the disqualification motion to boot her from the case dishonest. Willis and Wade reiterated in court last week that their relationship did not start until early 2022. They were working together, right? It was sweet to work together. And ended in summer 2023. Oh, they ended the relationship? Okay. Prosecutors said they met at the 2019 judicial conference where they connected as jurists of color, but had a mentor-like as opposed to a romantic relationship at the time. Loeffler, who was appointed to fill one of Georgia's Senate seats vacated by former Senator Johnny Isakson, a Republican, in 2020, reiterated the common argument that the racketeering criminal indictment against Trump and his allies is politically motivated. All right, a lot of the people in the manosphere are also dragging Fani because it's like, she's just rude, and they're like, okay, some of you are overreacting. Calm down, okay? Calm down. Just ask yourself, why are you always looking for an opportunity to drive home a dead argument? Focus on the case at hand. The issue here is understanding how power works, understanding how the difference between chess and checkers, understanding that this whole thing is a game, understanding that you need skills beyond just your emotions, which is essentially what you're doing when you're trying to drag her for being a woman, or being a woman of a certain type of behavior. Yeah, whatever. Oh, she's validating the stereotype. That's nonsense talk. Okay, that's not really relevant to what's going on here. You're just looking to validate your own talking point. What's going on here is that Fani Willis, like many of you all, don't understand how power works. Even when they've studied this in school, they still struggle with understanding this completely. That's the issue here. Okay, the fact that the Constitution cannot see that far, which is why there's amendments, that's why there's court hearings, that's why a lot of things are at the discretion of the judges at the court. That is what I would expect you to be studying more and more of. That's what you should be learning more and more about. Okay, anyway, that's that. Let me know your thoughts so far. This case is still going on. I think I still saw that there was still some hearing going on. We'll see where it ends. My opinion, the credibility of the whole thing is shattered. You might not see that far, but we'll see. I'll be here when it happens. Okay, and if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to say I'm wrong. All right, I'll see you in 20 seconds. Let me know your thoughts though. Hit the like button, share, subscribe.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.